So this is a very important video that I'm trying to make here. As you know, on this channel, I document my journey. I document how I'm growing my business and pretty much everything. And this is a very important video because I'm making the biggest leap as well as I'm pivoting to something else. And yeah, I would just like to discuss my decision behind it. And if you're in a similar situation than I am right now, then I hope this video will help you out, clear some things out, and maybe give you something to think about for your next step in your journey. So I've been in the online business space for about 5 years now. I started, exactly 5 years ago, November 2019 it was. So I discovered online business and the agency world, and I was in that space for a couple of years, and then I started to coach entrepreneurs for 3 years on how they can improve their performance, productivity, mindset, health, all of that. So it's been 3 years, exactly November 3 years ago, when I made that leap. And over the past 3 years, it was a crazy journey. It was a crazy journey of me feeling like I found exactly what I want to do. Journey of helping a lot of entrepreneurs, consulting a lot of entrepreneurs as well on how they can improve themselves so they can improve in business. And it was a lovely journey. I really enjoyed the work I was doing. I was learning about all of these things for years and years. So I had a lot of knowledge, practical advice to share and help people. And I felt like this is it. This is what I want to do. But this year is different. Even though I got more clients, business started to grow more, my audience on social media started to grow more, and it felt like everything is headed in the right direction. I could feel that was simply not the case. I burnt out not earlier this year, but earlier this year I started to feel like something is just not right. But I kept pushing with it because I don't believe in shiny object syndrome, and I was very disciplined in what I was working on for years. So yeah, excuse me for that, it's my dog right there. I was very disciplined in not switching gears, being just focused on one business at a time. But something didn't feel right. And I was ignoring my intuition, I was ignoring my gut, I was ignoring everything. I just put my head down and worked. I did what I needed to do, and that's it. But October this year, like 2 weeks ago, I couldn't continue anymore. I completely burnt out. I couldn't think, I couldn't physically move, I couldn't do anything. Mentally, physically, I was out. And I was resisting that because I didn't feel like it's real. I was resisting, like, no, it's impossible to have burnout. I'm taking care of myself, of my health, of my work. I'm not working 12-hour days. It's impossible to be burnt out. And yet it was not a burnout from working hard or hustling or grinding like a lot of people have. It was mainly mental, emotional burnout. Because I was pushing and something just didn't feel right. And because it didn't feel right, I wasn't growing at the pace that I was expecting myself to grow. So I started to build a lot of negative attitudes and emotions towards my business, towards my work, and I didn't see the future as clearly as I thought I would. And yeah, that was heartbreaking because I felt like this is exactly what I need to do. But then I had to realize that maybe it's not. What if I'm meant to do something else? And I took a week off, so today is exactly a week of not working and just trying to figure everything out because I had a different urges, impulses, and I could feel like my gut and my intuition is trying to tell me something. So I leaned into that, and I was overwhelmed. Everything felt like a chaos for some reason. I felt like this is never gonna end and this is horrible and things like that, but I just leaned into that and I stopped work, which was super uncomfortable because I was consistent for months and months, and all of a sudden I had to stop. That was ridiculous. Even with this channel, something just didn't feel right to do all of these videos that I was doing every single day. Even on my main YouTube channel, just everything was off. Everything was off, but I tried to ignore it, and I kept pushing out content on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and these platforms every single day, multiple times per day for months. But I just had to stop for a second and really ask myself if this is what I want to do, because nothing felt right. So I was journaling a lot, I was thinking a lot, and I realized that yeah, there is a different path for me now, which is also what I'm planning to do with this channel. And I want to, say I'm going to do videos every single day. This is just a documentation channel, sharing my thoughts and helping you guys along the way. So here and there I will post like video like this, going through the journey, because I wish I found videos similar to this throughout this week, because I was really trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And I would just say that it's all right if you feel chaos, if you feel overwhelmed, if you don't know if you're on the right path, and you don't have to have everything figured out. Even with my clients, I tell them these things, and they tell me like they have the similar situation. They just hate what they do. And then they realize that this is actually not what they're supposed to do, that they're in it for a wrong reason, or they just simply just don't want to do it anymore. And they gave it enough time. I didn't give it 3 months and I gave up. I gave this 3 years. And yeah, I knew that I don't want to continue like this. So I needed to make a change. I needed to pivot, which is the most difficult decision, right? So the way I'm thinking and heading right now is to just leverage my skill that's been here for 5 years in business and a couple of years even before that. So I don't really share my life before business here, but I used to write a lot. I used to write screenplays, books, stories, and things like that. I've always been passionate about writing. I was learning copywriting for a long time now, 5 years, about like the marketing and copywriting. And before that, I was just writing a lot more like fiction things, screenplays for movies and shows and stuff like that. So I love writing. And in all the business, in those 2 businesses that I started, my marketing agency and my coaching business, that skill was leveraged. And that skill got me results, got my clients results, and it was amazing. And when I looked at my future, I knew that this is something that I want to do. I want to continue on my screenwriting journey. I want to continue to, write books, business books or self-development books on the topics that I was coaching on, which actually I wrote 1 book before and absolutely loved it. It was very valuable for people as well. So yeah, there were these hints and this, like my gut telling me what to do, but I wasn't sure because I wasn't really willing to take the leap. But I'm glad I took the leap because I knew that I had to make the change. Again, I had to remind myself all the time because it's a very scary decision to leave everything that I've been working on for 3 years and do something different. Now, I'm not going to talk about like performance, self-mastery, productivity, and these things because I believe that to win in business, you need to take a holistic approach to life, not just focus on business, but also including your self-development, your health, relationships, and things like that fulfill you, not just work. So I'm not going to be completely drifting off to something else. I'm just going to change gears a little. So my plan is to leverage the skill of writing and help entrepreneurs get results with writing. And this is where I'm right now. This is where my head is right now. And yeah, just want to record a little update for you guys and even for me because like I've said, this is a documentation channel and it's the biggest lesson, it's the biggest shift that I've made in 3 years. And I wasn't sure if it's the right thing. Who knows? We'll see. But I think whenever, like the biggest takeaway from this video, even for you, whenever you feel like you're not on the right path, don't try to bury it down. Don't try to ignore it. Lean into it. If you feel like what you're currently doing is not aligned with you or your future, then you should definitely just try to figure it out. Like try to investigate those emotions. Try to really understand what is going on because you have that itch that you would like to do something different, but you know it's not a shiny object syndrome, then you should definitely explore it. If you've been in business just for a couple of months or a couple of weeks, then it could be shiny object syndrome. But even then, you should be really aligned with what you're doing because from there, everything is easy. Once I pivoted and shifted into something new, all of a sudden, a couple opportunities came around when I presented my offer to my friends, my previous clients, that I would like to, help them out with this. And yeah, out of nowhere, opportunities came around. And you feel like this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. So yeah, this channel is very laid back. So I'm going to be covering a lot of topics. Also more on business right now since I'm shifting gears a little bit. So yeah, the biggest takeaway, again, lean into the uncomfort, lean into the unknown, honestly. And that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been working on. And I hope it really pays off, because it's scary. I don't know what to do, but I knew it's a good idea because I listened to my intuition, I listened to my gut, and I really asked myself what the hell I want to do. And what really helped me is that I asked myself, if everything was possible, if anything I could do would work, what would I be working on? What would I try to dedicate years of my life to? What's the craft? What's the path? What's the idea? And I realized that this is it. I'm going to leverage the skill that I've been leveraging for years now, that I'm passionate about, that I know I can help other people with, and it fulfills me along the way. So it was not a waste of time, this 3 years of coaching entrepreneurs, and 2 years before that to start an e-com agency. Everything just made sense now. Everything just clicks all of a sudden. So yeah, that's everything I wanted to share for this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, subscribe for more content on performance, business, self-development, and things like that. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.